Neatest thing. It's 4:30. Time to get started on my stew. Gonna be kind of a late supper tonight, but that's okay. I don't mind. I got my nice beef cubes here, beef strips or whatever you want to call them, stewing chunks there. Some good baby carrots, plus what I got outside there. I got stuff for my lettuce, my salad. I'm going to put aside over here. I have to wash all of this stuff and get it prepared and going, and so all of that goes over there. You know, that's not for the salad. That's for the stew itself. Onion, plenty of onion. That's for the gravy. You know, that's for the gravy, and this is for the stew itself. Plenty of onions, lots of good healthy onion. And potatoes, bunch of potatoes. I've got a whole bunch of potatoes in here. Got to wash up, get it ready to go. It was cool. This came in the mail today. This is for my four-wheeler. This is the piece that I need to get me on the trail again, so that's good. Glad that came in. Now, to get started on this, because it is going to be a late supper, first thing I'm going to do is get the onions prepared. Because I want to get these sauteing right away as fast as I can here, get them going. Matter of fact, I'm going to get that pan started to heat up while I'm preparing these onions to go. Get this over here. I want to get that hot there. Pure canola oil. A little bit there. Alright. Now, what I'm doing first is I'm going to burn some onion, okay, in that. When I get that right burned in there, okay, that's going to be for the gravy. Then I'll put that aside, and then I'll start working on the meat that goes into the stew in that pan. And you'll see, it's a good process. It's a nice, steady process to get this stew going here. Alright. Some two nice onions there for the stew. This goes in right at the end. Actually, this is going to be for the salad, a little bit into my salad that I'm going to have. I have a tomato here somewhere, I believe. Where did I put it? I have to find my tomato. Aha! I have my tomato right here for my salad. I almost forgot a tomato. Got to get one of those. So, now then, I'm going to get this going here. Got to get her cranking because it is getting late. I want my onions going first. So I want to get them going first. So I want to burn them onions to start out with. The right knife here to do this with. That's the bonus of being a cook. Now these I want to cut very small to burn just a bit in this pan. Want to be very careful anytime you're using a knife there, people. You don't want to end up cutting yourself there and trying to feed yourself and end up having to go to the emergency room with half a finger gone or something. It always sucks. I want a lot of these onions in here, so I'm doing this whole half of a large onion, getting cut into tiny little pieces to be burned in this pan real quick here. I'm going to crank up that heat now. Get that heat going. These are going to go in there just as soon as that pan's really good and hot. I'll grab my cover. While I'm doing this, I'm going to go ahead and get my pan out. This is my stew pan. Get that out, and then just cover for it too, I believe. Down here somewhere. Yes. Oh, wrong one. Okay. That works. That works. Okay. Now really I'll be just putting this one on there when it's ready, because then I won't need that anymore. So alright. Anyway, that works pretty good. Do it the right way. Get rid of this one. Okay, now let's get these veggies going. Let's get them nice and hot here. Oh yes. Nice and hot. Good. Let's get these onions going now. I left my salt over here, of course. My salt. Just a dash of salt on there when you're putting something into, you know, veggies to saute fresh. Each time you add one, you put a little bit of salt. Alright. Now, I'm not putting my seasons in there yet. I'm going to turn this down a bit now. It's getting quite hot now. We'll cover it. Now, while that's cooking, I want to get that less black. So I've got time to do other stuff here. Like I should get rid of my carrots ready, my other onions, get them into this pan. And even, this is a beef stew, so I'm going to be using some beef bouillon. For this stew, let's see, it says, I think it's a tablespoon or something. Oh, wait a minute. The directions. 6 teaspoons to a pint, so there's, alright, so I want to put about 1, 2, 3, and 4 tablespoons, oddly measured, into the pan with now the water that's going to be going in there. I'm going to turn the heat on that. And letting these onions cook really good here. Time to get something out to stir them with. I want to get them nice and cooked. Let's see, I think I want to stir that with something metal. I don't want to use plastic on that. It's very, very, very hot. Look at there. I want to get it nice. These I want really brown good. I mean, these here, like I said, about burnt, you know. I want these onions cooked really good. Okay, those are still cooking. This is the wrong heater that's on here. Good, it's cleaning itself off a little bit. No problem. I've got too much water in this pan. So, I dump some out. I need to dump more out. Alright. Now then, that's the water that needs to be in there, and I need to start by putting the onions first. They take the longest. We want to put whatever takes the longest to cook to whatever takes the least time to cook into there, and I want to get that boiling very soon there. Alright, now I want these onions as chunks going into this stew, okay? Something that is nice. These are going to be cooked, really cooked, so those in there. Oh, I dropped one. 2-second rule. Whoa. want to leave stuff on the floor. Now then, I want all this onion in there. Lots and lots of onion. And these onions here are still cooking really good. They're sizzling away. I want them getting dark. Like I said. Woo! This steam coming out of here is freaking hot. Tell you what, it just hit my hand there. Hit my arm a little bit. I did feel it. Alright, that's enough onion. Tell you what. Now, I want to put the beans in there because they take a long time to cook too. Get all the beans out of there. I'll wash them real quick up here a little bit. Oh yeah, those are browning good now. We put those there to be washed. Gonna stir this up a little bit. Yes, they're browning nicely. That's perfect. They're nice and evenly browned. Then I'm going to be setting them aside. So I'm going to go ahead and get that plate ready. Those are going to be set aside until they're ready for later. This is just really getting the pan seasoned and getting those ready for the gravy later. Alright. Now all the onions are in there. Now wash these up. Those onions are browning good. These are fresh right out of the garden. There's no poisons ever been touched on these or nothing. So as long as there ain't no bugs on them, there ain't nothing else to come off of them. Alright, so I gotta get them all trimmed up here. See if I can get them all trimmed up real quick. Shoot. I should be doing many more at a time. Like this. Watch out. Thumb's on the dragging edge of that knife there. I gotta be careful. The cutting edge of that knife. Right there. Okay. Getting this done. Boy, those onions are almost ready too. Alright. Those are all done and ready to be chopped into. Oh, missed a couple there. Get the other ends? Yes, here we go. Alright, that's all of them. Those are done. Okay. These are done. So it's time now to get them put into this plate. And that's very hot. So I don't have hot holders. I have to use this. Now those are nice and black. You see that? My alarm's going to go off here any second there. But I want it that way. I want those really black and black and black there. Ah, pretty near burnt. That's right. And that goes back in there. Now the meat goes in there. I got to cut it up as it's going in. There'll be plenty of meat in there. this oddly sized. It's not a big deal. Big stew, these are going to cook down anyway. Pretty good. Some of them will survive, but that's okay. We'll put plenty of it in there for sure. Notice I'm not really particularly in any hurry to get stirring at it yet. I want some of this meat to be burnt like that onion too, a little bit. Not too much on the meat though. That onion was burnt good. This just needs to be seared good. A little more. I'll be about hot enough here. I'm thinking that's about enough. Maybe a little more. And this will be it. This will be it right here. For the meat. Now, that's all in there. Now, got this boiling good over here. Let's turn it down a bit now. And it's time to start to cover this up. Lower the heat a bit. I'm going to stir it once here first. Oh yeah, perfect. One side little blackened there on some of them, not all of them. See, that little blackened stuff adds flavor that you just wouldn't believe, wouldn't be there any other way. You know, gotta get that. Alright, so that's good. That's getting good and seasoned. Now, here's where I start putting in my seasons. And I've got Mrs. Dash, onion, and herb. And I'm using generously there. I love this stuff. It's very good. Okay? Put a good dosing in there. Then you go with the Mrs. Dash garlic and herb. And we're going to do the same thing there. Not quite as heavy as the onion and herb. Now, got some pepper to put in here. And a little seasoned salt. A little seasoned salt to go in there. Oh, this needs to be opened. Now, you notice I use the seasoned salt and the Mrs. Dash. That's alright. See, I don't go this way. I don't have to go all nuts with the seasoned salt. I just need a little bit as a little bit of a enhancer, and that's it. Now that goes like that for a while. These get set on the back burner. Now, this here can be put away for another time. I don't think that's going to work too good. I'm going to have to get some water right there. Oh, get a nice big piece there. I want that wrapped well. It's going to go in back in the freezer before it has a chance to get too warm and mess up on me. This is still good meat here. So, wrapped tenderly. Put back into the meat freezer. Got one of those back there. It's a meat, big old freezer. Kenmore. That's a bang. Alright, now let's get some beans going into this stew here. Uh-oh, I just threw one away. Now that is just too bad there. Alright, got to get some of these going in here. So, I want these cut to about, 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch size pieces there. So they're kind of small. They'll cook better that way too. The bigger they are, the harder they are to cook. So you want to get them good like this. About half, like I say, 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch pieces. Good little chunks. We get these all cut up real good here. Be careful, I don't want to cut my fingers. And that's good with the beans. Alright. If you haven't noticed, I'm not using my cutting board tonight. It broke, that's all I'm going to say about that. There, we get these in there. And now, this is not all of the seasoning that's going to be in there. I have some season all that I'm going to put in here too. I'm not really measuring, as you can see. This is just a little enhancer. I want to see it on the top of the, there's kind of an orange color to it, And then I got this French onion over here that I want to put in here too. This one's always giving me troubles. Ah, perfect. Just what I need here. A nice chunk of it there, this French onion to put in there. Another one there, just like it. That's good. That's probably about maybe 1 teaspoon or about. And now, garlic powder. Oops. Just a bit. Just a bit. Because I got real garlic going in there too. So, I just want to be a little bit there. Let's get this out of the way. Clean up my little area here. Boy, this, if you could smell this right now, my God, this smells so good. I still have a lot of work to do here to get this stew together right. Make sure my surfaces are clean here. Now, I'm going to clean off my potatoes, because later on when it starts to get time to do these, I'm going to be in a hurry, so I want to make sure they're clean and ready to cut up and put in there right away. About ready to stir that meat over there. I bet you thought I forgot about it too, didn't you? No. I know what I got going there. That's a good stew. That's a very good stew. Okay, so those potatoes are nice and clean now. I'm going to crank up the heat on this again, get her boiling again. I want those beans to start cooking, so give my meat a stir. Browning nicely. Oh yeah. And I can smell those seasons perfectly. Oh yeah. Very well blended now. Very good to go. We'll get this good and browned up in here. Still got a ways to go. There's some pink in there. I want these nice and cooked here before I put them into the stew. So we leave that there for a little while longer. These go over here. They will be going into the stew later. Now, I have my scallion tops here. little bit more bean. Some scallion tops to put into here. Try and just pick them out real quick. I'm not going to bother to wash these. I can see there's no bugs on them, and that's all that you'd be concerned about here. I've never used any kind of bug spray or even no kind of fertilizers on these. This is just all natural out there. The only fertilizer that's in that garden is the sod that I tilled into it when I made the garden. You know, that sod is all the fertilizer there is. But you know, grass and grass roots like that, especially containing a lot of worms like this area does, that's a lot of nitrogen. It's good fertilizer when you think about it. And I tilled that in 3 good times this spring there and just left all that sod right in there. You see, I'm not too wild about how you cut those up. And they're going to go right in there now, just like that. Okay, these are, I'm not going to bother with those, I don't think. Now I'm going to put my carrots. My carrots need to be washed too. Here in a little bit I'll be working with that piece of garlic right there. Let me wash it off real quick. Yep, here in a little bit. I'm preparing that to put in there. That doesn't go into the stew part. It goes into the meat part. Just wash that dirt off these carrots. Not that the dirt would kill you, but it kind of grindy on your teeth, you know. Let's get that out of there so you don't have to mess with that. Now, I didn't get a whole bunch of carrots out of the garden because they're too small yet. I wanted to go ahead and just use some of these baby carrots that I have over here. But I did get some, just for the flavor, and say that I got it from the garden, you know. Make some nice little bite-sized pieces out of these carrots. And those go right in there too. Yeah. Get these carrots put right in there. Nice little chunks of carrot. Perfect. That is so good. Man, that is so good. Okay. We put these in there. Oh yes, we're getting the stew going now. Go ahead and put these in there too. Now these I want to cut just into chunks like that, you know. I want to leave them kind of big. So these are bite-sized pieces here. It's the baby carrots that I bought from the store. So this stew isn't really completely from the garden, but has a lot of bonus from the garden in it. So it's cool. That piece of carrot right there. Alright. Yes, now that's good. And that should be plenty of carrot in there. Oh, these little scallions. They are so good. I love them. I love those things. Alright. Now, we'll get these corn ready. I thought this would be an excellent little bonus to put in there. These little corns, young like they are freaking like candy. I tell you, just like candy. And they're gonna go right in there, just like that. Now, celery. Gotta wash it off. This comes from the store. Don't know what's on this. It's too bad. I mean, next year I'm gonna grow some. We'll have our celery here too next year. We'll have everything. Wash that surface off over here a little bit. Getting a little sloppy there. So, now, okay. Let these cut like that and get rid of this little part there. And now, you know, I'm going to go ahead and do it like this. Okay. I just want to eat those. Now, I'm going to have perfect size little celery cubes. Just put it in there. All the way down to there. All that goes in there. Yes, now that's pretty much all of the vegetation that's going into that without potatoes. Alright, and potatoes, I want to bring this to a boil and then I'll be ready to put potatoes into it. Now I gotta get back to my meat here, turn the heat off of it. That is well browned now. Well, oh yes, beautiful. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. Remember, that's got LM seasons in it too. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to take all this meat, put it into that stew without taking that juice out of there. Yes, this works really well. And I will save me a piece to taste there or two. That's in there. Now we're going to get this boiling here. Oh, that's looking so freaking good. You wouldn't believe how good that's looking. I may have to put a little more beef bouillon in there because I ended up dumping out some of my water and thus lost some of my beef bouillon, which I think I will go ahead and do. And the reason I say that is I can tell by the oops, I grabbed the wrong one. This is chicken. The beef. I'm gonna put it like almost a half a tablespoon more in there. Yeah, now give this a good stir around here. Gonna cover that up. Let that boil. Make sure my heat's okay. It's not gonna over boil. Come over here. I need to get my garlic ready now. My pieces. Oh. Oh my God, that's so good. Alright. If I can get me a piece of garlic out of here. It's been a pain in my butt. It's been a real pain. I'll tell you what, I'm just gonna cut it like that and get through to it. There we go. Now I'm making some sense to it. You're gonna come undone now, ain't you? There we go. Get that garlic out of there. Alright. Now this good stuff here. I'm gonna use about so much there. Take a taste. Ooh! Zap! Ooh, that's good. Ooh! Ooh! Woo! I hear some commotion over here. We got too high temperature. Oh my. Ooh. Now that's garlic, boys. Holy cow, that's some good shit. Woo! I cleaned my sinus out. Alright, get that kind of chopped up there. All tiny pieces. Alright, now I'm going to turn this heat back up here. Get that going again. I want that nice and hot again. Oh yeah. Got a nice boil going here. Give it a little stir. Oh yeah. That's looking gooder and gooder. Gooder and gooder. Did you know them's words? Gooder and gooder. They ought to be. Everybody uses them. Oh, that berry juice is good. Alright. Let's get some more. Get stirred. I want to get this evaporated off now. I want to evaporate all that liquid out of there. I'm getting ready to put these back in there. And I'm going to get ready to make my base. Use another bowl. Kind of dirties up a lot of dishes to make a stew, but that's alright. That's alright. I'm going to make a 3-cup. So make a 2-cup. There you go. 2-cup base. Roughly measured. It's no big deal. Alright, now, I already got all my seasons in there. Okay? Seasons are all in there already. So all I need now is a glass of water. That's going to add to my base after I get it going there. All the seasons are in there, man. That's all good stuff. Well, I'll tell you what. Some of it transferred into the meat and then into there. And then there's some stuff in there too. Well, I'll tell you what. This is going to be tasty. Start to evaporate that down. Huh? I'm going to get that all out of there because I've got to add some oil in there to make. Well, you'll see. You gotta get all the water out of it. Water and oil don't mix, especially when you're talking about high temperatures and shit like that. Alright, now I'm ready to put the onions back in there. That's almost evaporated out. I want a little bit of liquid left in there before when I put the onions in. I don't want it completely evaporated out completely, because the remaining water that's in there is going to transfer the flavor from the onion to the base. Yeah, now we're talking. Now we're talking. It's got to stay stirred because you don't want it burning anymore. Yeah, the base, you don't want the base burning there. You just want it dried out of water. No more water left in it. Alright, we're almost there now. And down to just the oils left in there. This is nice and dark. Ooh. Okay, I'm ready now. I don't want all that flour in there. I was just looking at that, I was thinking, holy cow, what am I doing? I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spoonfuls of flour in there. Now I gotta add some more oil to this. That's why I keep the oil handy there. You can always put more. Canola oil is good for you. Put more, better more than not enough. See, I still don't have enough. I'm gonna have to put some more. That's alright. Oh no, I got enough there. I got enough there. We'll get it mixed in. Alright, looking good now. Yes, this piece is looking real good. Real yummy here. Now put the water in. And get a whisk. Go to a whisk. A good stiff whisk. And get her going. Keep her mixing. Yeah, now we're talking. Make a nice base for this stew. Oh yes. Oh yes. Nice base here. I'll turn the heat off of it now. Just keep mixing. Nice and easy. Keep her mixing. Let it stick to the bottom. It gets all chunky. Now you notice I'm making one hell of a mess of this kitchen. But you know, I'm not only the cook, I'm the dishwasher, so if the dishwasher ain't complaining, I guess I ain't gonna either, so the cook ain't gonna say a word. Now this is getting nice and thick, my friends. Ooh, sweetie, if you could smell this. Oh, this is smelling so good. And look, it's almost the consistency of like peanut butter and syrup, you know? Nice and thick here. It's ready to go in there. And then I'm going to be cutting up potatoes to put into that. I got to get this base into there. Oop. This base into there and get that well mixed in. Meanwhile, start cutting up potatoes and putting them in there. Almost ready to let this sit now. Over there. Get these potatoes in there now. They go in last, as you know, because, well, they cook so damn fast. So, you know, 45 minutes they're freaking cooked, you know. So, you don't want them overcooked. I need to get that base mix, don't I? I'm sitting here forgetting. Gotta get that base mixed here. I ain't done yet. Sitting here messing with this. Meanwhile, that base is trying to solidify in there. Make base dumplings. Beef stew base dumpling. Oh, here we go. Ooh. Ooh. Now we got the magic going. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, oh yeah, that's looking too good. Looking too good. Get these potatoes put in there now. I love to cook. I always have. You know, I like to eat, and that's the thing, you know. I guess people that like to eat learn how to cook because you get tired of most times people not cooking things the way you like to eat them. And, you know, so you just learn to cook them yourself. This is some stew, I gotta tell you. I wish you could smell this. Da-dee-da-dee-dee-dee. Potatoes, potatoes, potatoes. Love potatoes. They are good for you. They fill you up when you are hungry. They make you not hungry, which is good. So that's good. Potatoes are good. Yeah. Yummy, yummy. Get some potatoes in there. Now, this is finished. That's the last thing that goes in there, is them potatoes. So, the idea now is just to let that get back to boiling a little bit. Put the lid on it and let it freaking cook for about another 45 minutes to an hour. I gotta get the heat up on that, bring it up to a boil again. These are all done. I can start to clean things a little bit here now. Believe me, I've made a mess in here. I sure have. Alright, let's see. Holy cow. Let me bring you over here. Let me bring you over here and show you how much of a mess I made in here. You should see this. Look at this. Now, am I making a mess in here or what? Hey, but I gotta tell you, that's that stew right there. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Get the right kind of spoon here so we can stir that around. Look at that. Look at that base, the way that is. Oh, yum, 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 yum. That's coming up to a boil. I'm going to put the cap on her and let her boil for about a good hour, maybe even more. Just to let it cook, you know. Let me get you back here where you can see what's going on in there. Alright. Start getting things cleaned up a little bit now. That's one thing. I like to cook, but it is a mess. You make a mess when you cook. If you're cooking right, that is. Grandma used to tell me, Mark, messier it is, better it tastes. And you know something? She's right. She was right. The messier it is, the better it tastes. So, now, get the pan all cleaned up here. I don't ever use soap on this pan. my own thing there. I just don't. You know, I like to use just plain hot water when I clean that. And nothing else. I miss the potato. Mr. Potato. Might as well put it in there. It's coming to a boil now. Oh yeah, getting a nice little simmer going there. Turn this back down to here. Put the cover on it. Now, we get cleaning this stuff up. I like to take care of the knives first. Get them out of the way. You know, sharp shit there. Not a good idea. Have a bunch of sharp shit around. So, now, I'm good to go with all of that. I just gotta go over here to clean. Alright. Alright. We get her all cleaned up now. Yes, I know, I go very fast, don't I? I am a one-man dishwashing army. Boom, 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 it's done, just like that. And yes, I do clean, make sure everything is cleaned well. I like clean stuff there. Now I got a little 5:15, and I got everything done here except for the salad, which I might pass on that salad. I think just a good stew is going to be good enough for tonight. So I'll just take this stuff here, put it away, and then relax for a little bit while this stew finishes cooking. And I got some grapes for dessert, that I can put those right in there. Just like that. That's going to be my dessert after I eat that. Have this nice. I gotta wash them grapes anyway. So, all right. So that's basically it. There. I'm going to go ahead and clean this mess up, and then I'll have the stew with you later.